We're doing something new this week, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So, occasionally, I will be interviewing entrepreneurs, asking them questions about their business, the overall landscape of the industry that they're in, and also getting some information from their side about the fundraising process. These are an opportunity for you as an investor to get some exposure to local business owners and continue thinking about the types of questions that you want to ask and the types of founders you want to invest in. Unfortunately, with this first interview, we ran into some technical difficulties, so we only have the tail end of the conversation, but it was still so good, I wanted to share it with you anyway. So, since it begins kind of abruptly, I want to give you a quick intro so you have a little bit of context before the video starts. So, the entrepreneur that I'm interviewing is Meechie Jackson from Savannah, Georgia. Meechie has a master's in cybersecurity and 10 years experience in IT and cybersecurity, specializing in governance, risk management, and compliance. She has successfully developed global security awareness systems, managed large-scale security initiatives, and leveraged interactive campaigns to educate team members on cybersecurity best practices. Meechie is the co-founder and chief advisor of her cybersecurity advisory firm called CyReaux. CyReaux's mission is to build a strong cybersecurity foundation for small and medium-sized businesses by serving as a trusted conduit that bridges gaps in their security posture. CyReaux aims to be the leading force in cybersecurity innovation, empowering small and medium-sized businesses with the foundational strength and expertise needed to thrive in an ever-evolving digital landscape. Earlier in our conversation, Meechie had mentioned that cybersecurity is not an industry in and of itself. It is actually a subset of information security. And information security, in turn, is a subset of information technology, or IT. And in order to have an effective, sustainable, ethical career in cybersecurity, it is critical to have that overall understanding and foundation in IT. So that's what we're referencing when we jump into the conversation you're about to see. I hope you enjoy it.
There's one thing you talked about, people coming in with these high salaries and not having the proper foundation in IT and understanding the bigger
hmm
picture. And again, with my coming from an investor lens, it made me think about the dot-com bubble of 99 and 2000, right? Where you had all these people. I was reading a case study. And this guy was making 100,000 back then, and his job was like, I don't know, like online computer specialist or something that made absolutely no sense.
Right.
And, so when that market that was completely overvalued burst, as it inevitably had to, all these people are, losing jobs and losing
Right.
homes because there
Right.
was no foundation underneath, right? It was just, again, chasing what was then the shiny thing.
Right.
And when it comes to cybersecurity, I really loved how you framed that as like a sliver of a sliver, of
Yeah.
the overall IT landscape. And even though it gets a lot of attention, it's not time to play around. Like every other day, it feels like you're getting an email like, oh, this company that you logged into 7 years ago just released your social security number out
Yes.
into whoever, and you're like, well, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
So it's really interesting that, I mean, it's interesting, but not surprising that there are, you know, fill in the blank for-profit educational institution that's taking advantage of that and sort of like doing the diploma mill thing all over again.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's a lot to be cautious of.
Yeah.
Um, keep your eyes open, people. That's some wild stuff.
No, for real. Keep your eyes open.
Hmm, that's wild. But I mean, like, it goes to show that it's a self-built in, value proposition of
Yeah.
what you're doing with CyReaux, right? Because you're not fear mongering, right? You're not
Mhm.
um overwhelming people with a bunch of jargon.
Yeah.
And you could, because you have that foundation, you,
Yeah.
like you said before, like I don't come in and say, oh, you need this and this and that, and just try to overwhelm people with your knowledge
Yeah.
and, get them to like write a check for something that they don't know what they're doing or
Yeah.
why they're doing it. You're really,
I actually have to force myself to tell people what they need because
mm,
I've always been this person where it's like I'm not, which is ironic that we're on this I'm on your podcast because I'm not a big talker, but when I talk, it's for a reason. So if I'm coming to you, even if it's for one of those things where, um, like I remember telling my mom something, I can't remember what it was. I hope she don't watch this because she gonna kill me. But I told her, I said something about something in the garage, and she ignored it. And I knew what was gonna happen, but I was like, all right, cool. And what I knew was gonna happen happened. Why did you say you should have been a little bit more serious? She just no. Because like, so if I tell you, hey, like my name is this, and this, we do this, and this. I noticed that in your industry, this is happening. Can we have a conversation? Oh no, we're not interested. Okay, crash and burn.
mhm.
And my co-founder's like, no, we can't. I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like I said earlier, what's for CyReaux is for CyReaux. What's not is not. So I I don't care. I ain't want to stinking money anyway. I mean I did, but clearly y'all not client for us. So deuces. Like
Hey, why am I begging you to save your business? Yeah.
that's what it is. Like I'm not no. I have my own business to save and keep. I'm not trying to no. Because y'all might
Okay.
be with the cartel or something. We don't want your money anyway.
Maybe the reason you don't want security.
Facts.
Oh man. Speaking of money, let's talk about the other side of entrepreneurship and
Mm,
fundraising. So,
mm,
you mentioned before with Anne Marie coming in, she brought angel donors with her.
mm.
So, have you been involved in any of the fundraising cycles, or is that sort of done by her and she brought them into the merger?
Yeah, it was done by her. I always thought about fundraising of like we selling these chocolate chip cookies. Y'all want some? Like I never like I've just never
I mean,
really
yes, but
right, facts. Like I just never really thought of fundraising when it comes to businesses. Now, grants and stuff like that. I am not so I'm not really savvy when it comes to the financial side of business because truth be told, I never thought I was gonna be a business owner. I tell the story all the time. Like I always thought I was gonna make a good living in corporate America. Technically, I am, but kind of on the other side of it. But I thought that, I'm just gonna have a great job in corporate America. Everybody can't be an entrepreneur. Who gonna clean the toilet? Who gonna answer the phone? And I was the type of person, I would answer the phone. I'm cool. I don't have to own no business because that's a lot of risk, a lot of eyes on you. And I like to be in the shadows sometimes, most times as well. So being a business owner and being in the shadows, it's an oxymoron. We here now, but whatever. So because of that, I'm learning from Anne-Marie on how to structure business when it comes to finances and stuff because quiet as kept, like our first couple of clients, because I knew them, I'm just like, well, we can just, give them free stuff. And she's like, no. And I'm just like, but no, because I guess a friend of mine says this all the time, and I'm gonna take this when she watched this, which I know she is. She gonna probably clown me, but I'm anti-capitalist. I don't like it. I don't like it. So it's because everything you ain't gotta pay for everything. Like on my business card, it says free cybersecurity consultation, and my mom was like, "You're gonna give free stuff?" I said, "Mom, I ain't gonna pay nobody to talk to me. At least not right now. That's dumb. Like I know you're paying for my time, but at the same time, it's 30 minutes. If I don't have 30 minutes to spare for somebody, I'm in the wrong business. Like." My uncle, when he this is kind of a sidebar, but it goes into this to my whole point. My uncle TJ, he recently became chief deputy. Hey Uncle TJ, and for Clark County in Athens, and he told this phenomenal story. That Negro had me crying. That's another story. About all it takes is 5 minutes because 5 minutes can change a lot. And that's the same with me. 30 minutes, 25 minutes, 40 minutes. In our case, we about to be on this podcast for almost an hour. That changes a lot. I'm not going to charge for that right now. For what? It's not like you're asking me to come to your club and be on your flyer. Like, I'm cool, bro. Like, I ain't gotta, so, yeah, the financial and fundraising side, I'm learning. It's gonna take me some time to really break that anti-capitalist mindset to an extent, but yeah, she when we partnered, she already had those resources, and I was very grateful because I did not know how I was gonna get them.
No, that's you're not alone. Most entrepreneurs don't, right? Because they know what they know and they do what they do and they're passionate about what they do. I was just having a conversation last week with a founder. He's like, "We're scientists. We're in the lab making this thing and it's an incredible product." And I was like, "I hear you, but at some point you got to get those numbers together because you don't want someone else deciding those numbers for you."
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, so again, it speaks to the strength of the partnership that you have with Anne-Marie and
yeah,
the way that you all are teaching each other.
yeah.
Um, so, kind of looking ahead, it's funny what you said about fundraising, like I got cookies, you want to buy some? I mean, it's not all that different. It's just like I got a company, you want to buy some equity in it? It's really similar, not
Yeah.
gonna lie. Um, but there is a concept, and a recent video I did, I think it comes out today. It's about, smart money and what an investor can do to be smart money. And
Yeah.
basically what that means is, what value are you providing to the founder outside of just the money, outside of just the capital? What doors can you open? What expertise can you provide? So if you could, have your pick of investors, like who would be, not doesn't like a person, but what type of investor would be smart money for you as a founder?
Ooh, I think an investor for me would have to be someone who would bring value to the business because they understand not only the vision and mission of CyReaux, but they understand cybersecurity, and the lane and the path that is going down or has gone and is continuing to go down. Um, because you can give us money, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have a say so because your say so is most likely going to be stupid. Now we sitting here arguing and we're debating over stuff that really we shouldn't even be talking about because you have no idea what you're talking about. And a lot of people, when they want to invest or they're the ones that are coming with the money, they have a superiority hierarchy type of mindset. And so I'm giving you this money. So, I mean, we don't have to take it. That's your loss because in 3, 5, 10 years, you're going to regret that you just didn't hush and give us the money. Like,
Yes.
so I think
Yes.
I think my ideal person will be someone who has been in the industry or a derivative, and they really understand the vision and mission of CyReaux as two Black women, because that's a
Mhm.
whole different ball game. Yes, we are a
Yes.
cybersecurity company, and cybersecurity is a big buzzword, but when you peel back the later layers, we are two Black women. And if
Right.
you don't understand that part, because matter of fact, we were having a conversation with someone a couple weeks ago, and the dude was like, I'm not very political and da 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 da, and I have morals and stuff. And in my mind, I'm like, you not for us, because at the
Mhm.
end of the day, you could send us somebody and they could be real buddy buddy with people who's buddy buddy with that man. No,
Yep.
no,
Yeah. That's yeah.
nah, because our name ain't about to be in no files. Absolutely not. Uh-uh, nah, cuz.
Because
I'll
you're gonna be the first ones they come after.
What? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Oh man, investors, like, listen to what Michi is saying. Like, there is a fine line between empowering a founder and getting in their way.
Yes.
Like you yes, when you are investing in a company, you are doing it because you expect it to grow and you expect a return on your money. Um, and that is important, right? That's how this whole cycle keeps going. But that so many VCs, especially when you get into like the Series A, Series B, so many VCs are pursuing just that growth. They don't care about the company. They don't care about they will replace the founder with another CEO to keep those returns going.
Yep.
And the company can lose its essence, right? The whole point of why it exists in the first place. Don't let that be you.
Mm.
Find ways to empower and guide without getting in the way and
Yeah.
without changing the essence, the structure of the company.
Yeah.
That's my own little soapbox. Um, oh man. All right, man, there's been so many gems, Michi, but I think I'm just gonna wrap up with one final question here. Um, and let you go. I really appreciate your time, man. This conversation's been amazing. So when you think about CyReaux and how you want it to grow, where do you see the company 5 years from now?
Anne Marie is going to say something completely different, but I don't care. For me, I truly would like CyReaux to be its own machine so that I could pursue what I've always really wanted to pursue, which is to be a CISO for an HBCU.
Oh,
I really, really, truly want to really work with HBCUs in cybersecurity, information security. And so I don't want to let go of CyReaux. Like I want to keep CyReaux forever, but I want it to be its own entity to where I can just take residuals and, here and there give expertise and stuff. But, again, I've never thought of myself being an entrepreneur. And I've really built this baby from the ground up, myself and Anne Marie. But at one point or at some time, you got to let your baby go. You got to let your baby grow up and make its own, choices. And to an extent, that's kind of where I see CyReaux in 5, maybe 10 years. 5 years is really just its own machine still, where we are not doing, on the lower end, we are not doing as much work now. We are just going and helping these companies.
mm,
I don't necessarily know if I really would want to work with the big Fortune 500s. Now, if they paying a little penny, and that penny ain't attached to somebody, maybe. But ultimately, I just want to work with these smaller companies. I want to work with these
yeah.
HBCUs, these smaller schools, these schools that are in the boonies. My school, the first school is a PWI, and it's in Statesboro, Georgia. Statesboro, Georgia is contrary to popular belief. I don't care if y'all got a Publix. We was in the boonies, okay? We was in the country, right? Right across the street was the locals, right? We was partying with the locals, okay? I want to help them schools. You know what I'm saying? Like because I understand like you got the resources, so you're gonna require way more of us. Nah, man, because you're not about to call me at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's not what I signed up for.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what I see in the next 5 years.
And that need doesn't go away. That
Yeah,
happens so many times where the original market um, gets basically pushed out as the
yeah,
company grows,
yeah,
and then what do they do? You'd
yeah.
make an incredible CISO. If you guys aren't aware, CISO is Chief Information Security Officer. You would be fantastic, and HBCU would be
Thank you so much for real.
honored to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, yeah, yeah. So we're gonna wrap this up. You touched on this a little bit, but I'd love it if you just kind of give any words of wisdom you'd like to share. If someone were starting a business today, if there's anything that you would like them to know, any advice, lessons learned that you'd like to share with the people before we wrap up.
Um, so I actually wrote it down, and I think I have four of them. And so the first one is if you're starting today, make sure that you're straight, like your bills and your savings, and you have you can really like focus on what you want to focus on, because trust me, it is not cute trying to focus on a business and still having bills popping up on your phone. It is not. is horrible. Um, if you can't, you're not gonna be able to do this alone. I don't care what people say. I can't stand I got it out the mud by myself type of person. Um, because at the end of the day, you didn't. Because if you got your business credit, you got your business credit from a company or a brick and mortar, whatever. You didn't do it by yourself. Okay. If you even if you're in real estate, unless you built the house by yourself, one person, you didn't do it by yourself. So find you some partners, find you a community where you can really like talk. Like me and myself and Anne Marie, we have a she just texted me, huh? We have a founder set a stand up every single day from like 11 to 12:30, and 35 minutes of that we just be BSing, we just be talking, because she's in the Northeast, I'm in the Southeast, and we just talk. I've known her since 2020, but we're still learning each other and stuff like that. And that's the community that we need. Um, and it doesn't always have to be like a business partner. Like I have four people that I know I can lean on when it comes to this industry. That's my Uncle Derek, who is my mentor, Jay, K, and Cole. Jay, he's like a brother to me. He is massive in cybersecurity. He's way more technical than I am. So when I need help understanding some technical terms, I know I can lean on him. Kay and Cole are my cyber sisters. I met them when we were getting our masters at Norfolk State, and they are my sisters. But they also understand cybersecurity. So when I really need an extra push in the industry, I know I can lean on them. And that's what keeps me sane, because it's so much in cybersecurity and I can't keep up, you know. Um, and hmm, this is two more, but they kind of go with the same in the same. So the first thing you need to do is you need to understand the problem, and you need to create a solution, an actual solution, right? And don't be afraid to market your solution to companies within your city. So your local banks, your local law firms, your local stores. Like if you have a gardening or cutting grass or whatever, you go to the man next door and see if you can cut his grass and be good at it. Like you ain't gotta be perfect, but be good at it and take and really what's the word? Take pride in it. So don't skip no experience. Don't skip any steps. If you know cutting grass requires a lot of lining and edging and stuff like that, do that. Like, don't just do it because you know you're gonna make a buck. That's not fair to you. That's not fair to your future, and that's not fair to the person you're trying to help. So if you can take those four things, you'll be good in this world.
Those are some real gems. Appreciate it.
Hey,
Oh man, I don't know if I could ask for a better person to be my first interview. Thank you so much, Meechie, for your time today. Uh, y'all check out CyReaux. I'm going to put a link to their website in the description of this video. Meechie, thank you so much. Appreciate you, man.
I'm honored. I'm honored. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, take care.
All right, take care.